If you had told me someone was going to create a hybrid of Overwatch and Cover Fire, I would have called you mad. Yet, just a few short months after our interview with Hothead Games, and here it is, in all its hero-shooting, cover-based glory, Hero Hunters. And it works far better than I could have anticipated. The core concept is that you can summon a squad of up to 5 unique heroes with special abilities and classes. You swap between your squad on the fly, able to use each with a unique perspective as they dart around the cover of each mission. Enemies are just as colorfully varied, with different bosses and grunts forcing you to adjust your strategy on the fly. All of this is wrapped inside a snappy, if sometimes generic, framework of a G.I. Joe-style team charging headlong against an evil warlord out to turn a city into his own personal playground. Each battle is tight, thanks to smooth animations, popping sound design, and breezy controls. I will recommend that those who traditionally aim with their right thumb make the somewhat counterintuitive choice to swap to left-handed mode, as I found it felt more at home with console control schemes. But otherwise, everything works great. While advancing or retreating is out of your control, you can dash from cover to cover, and your AI-controlled squadmates all understand to do so as well. You won't be micromanaging your squad either, as they are all perfectly capable at filling their roles if a certain playstyle doesn't fit your wheelhouse, but benefits your team. There's even a rock-paper-scissors system, where different hero variants counter one of the other 2 varieties. As a result, it pays to keep a diverse team, and boy are there a lot of heroes to unlock and upgrade. All the heroes feel refreshingly distinct, even in the same class. I unlocked 3 snipers early on, and between my healing sniper with a single shot, the multi-shot glass cannon sniper, and the acid-spewing crossbowman, they each fit different roles. It doesn't hurt that each has that distinct visual and auditory charm hero games are known for, such as Cross breaking the 4th wall and calling out to the player in thanks for selecting to play as him. Whether you're fighting other players online or charging through the surprisingly meaty campaign mode, let alone survival and cooperative events, you'll be met with one of the most immediately satisfying games on the App Store. Not to mention one of the most pro-user. Where other games rely on blind grinding and shady mechanics to hold players back, Hero Hunters encourages you to dig deep and invest in its game design. All those heroes I mentioned, Hero Hunters gladly grants you new upgrade points, cash, and critical upgrade points without charging you an arm and a leg. While all the traditional microtransactions and loot boxes are here, there's also an alternative for virtually every reward. Successful PvP play lets you earn fragments for specific heroes, ensuring you can invest towards the characters you actually want. Items to upgrade heroes are highlighted clearly in what matches they can be found in, and there's no hand-wringing to keep them out of arm's reach when you go back. Even the energy charge system is blown away by the fact that every time your squad levels up, you earn more charges. Before 2 hours had passed, I went from 50 energy charges to over 180 maximum. Clearly the team at Hothead understands how to make these sorts of systems work as a reward for the player, rather than a hindrance to demand more money for the sake of enjoyment. There's also separate systems for PvP and PvE content, so you can invest a fair amount of time in both. In the former, heroes can die up to 3 times rather than waste more energy charges. I found that in both PvP and PvE, it's the long-term player with the best assembled team that wins, not whoever has the shiniest toy. That said, matchmaking does need work, as I first was being paired against players who I dwarfed so strongly that the battles would last seconds rather than a minute or 2. Other than that, my sole major complaint is that the story could have been made perhaps a bit more engaging. Hero Hunters has the material to be a charmingly silly action game, but it never quite hits that mark with its writing and character arcs. It's almost there, like 5 degrees off of Battleborn's hilarity. There were slight frame skips, but Hero Hunters actually compensates for this by having a, albeit fairly simplified, graphics setting. Yes, a mobile game with graphics settings. What a novel idea! This is how you do a free-to-play game. Other developers, please take note. With an accessible control scheme, professional execution, reasonable freemium systems, and solid design, what more encouragement do you need?
Hero Hunters. Download for free.